Welcome to Inside Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp is understood to have made a significant decision on Liverpool's transfer plans this summer. Jurgen Klopp will look to prioritise the signing of a central midfielder next summer, following reports that Liverpool have concluded their transfer business in the current window. Aberdeen rising star Calvin Ramsey is set to join the Reds in a £6.5 million deal to cap off this summer's spending, following both Fulham starlet Fabio Carvalho and Benfica hotshot Darwin Núñez through the doors at Anfield. According to the Mirror, Liverpool are not plotting any further expenditure this summer, with Klopp understood to be keen to postpone plans to revamp his midfield until this time next year. The Reds was expected to bolster in the center of the park in this window, as their aging midfield appears devoid of a dynamic and youthful presence. Liverpool had identified Monaco midfielder Aurélien Tchouaméni as their preferred target. However, despite reportedly having agreed personal terms with the 22-year-old, he snapped a move to Anfield in favor of Real Madrid, instead joining the European champions in a £60 million deal. Having missed out on his top target, it seems Klopp is more than happy to play the waiting game. With a move for Tchouaméni now off the cards, the Reds are expected to turn their attention to Borussia Dortmund's Jude Bellingham next summer. Taking into consideration Klopp's stance, we take a closer look at 5 midfielders Liverpool could well target in 12 months' time, including England's hottest prospect. Alongside Tchouaméni, Bellingham is regarded as one of the most talented young midfielders across Europe, so it isn't a surprise that he has been on Liverpool's radar for some time now. The 18-year-old enjoyed another stellar season in Germany with Dortmund, where he continued to gain top-level experience in the Bundesliga and within the Champions League. Despite much speculation that the Birmingham City Academy graduate might be on the move this summer, an eagerly anticipated transfer appears increasingly unlikely given Dortmund saw another prize set in Erling Haaland depart from Manchester City earlier in the window. The German outfit are thought to have slapped an £86 million or €100 million price tag on the England sensation in a bid to fan off interest this summer. But in 12 months' time, that fee is likely to have decreased, as the exuberant teenager will be another year into his Dortmund contract, which expires in the summer of 2025. Next summer could be the time to pounce. An alternative English option who could be added to Klopp's midfield is Chelsea creator Mason Mount. Despite proving himself integral to the Blues cause, the 23-year-old has found himself linked to the likes of Liverpool, as the sanctions imposed on the West London club have prevented them from tying the midfielder down to a new deal. At present, Mount will see his current Stamford Bridge contract expire in the summer of 2024, and though as he is understood to be keen to remain with his boyhood club, the lure of Liverpool will certainly provide its temptations, with the Reds likely to overmount a key role in the heart of their midfield next summer when that area of Klopp's squad are revamped. The England international could well have his head turned. Despite failing to make his mark during a loan spell with Wolves during the 2020-21 campaign, an impressive season back to Porto has seen Vitinha rack up a lengthy list of Premier League suitors. Liverpool are understood to be among them, and the Portuguese international could be the ideal candidate to freshen up the Reds' midfield in the summer of 2023. The 22-year-old was integral to Porto's cause, as the Portuguese Giants claim a league and cup double in the season just won. Vitinha's calmness on the ball and pressing off it suggests he would likely make a seamless transition into Klopp's high-energy system. Another season of development at Porto could well be what the midfielder needs before a second foray into English football. After arriving from fellow Portuguese sides Estoril back in 2019, Sporting's Mateus Nunes has seen his profile soar in recent seasons. In fact, so impressive were some of Nunes' displays in the Champions League in the season just gone that Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola even launched the young midfielder as one of the best players in the world, according to Portuguese outlet Expresso. Revered for his passing ability and willingness to contribute to attacks, the all-action Portuguese midfielder doesn't shy away from his defensive duties either. Nunes racked up a staggering 50 appearances across all competitions for Sporting last season, and with another campaign of first-team football under his belt in the Portuguese capital, the 23-year-old will surely be ready to make the step up next summer. Liverpool's search for a new midfielder could also lead them to PSV star Ibrahim Sangare, who has continued to make a name for himself over the past year. The foreign international amassed more minutes than any of his Eindhoven teammates last season as PSV pushed Ajax all the way in the race for the Eredivisie title. The 24-year-old has been known for his defensive work in the heart of midfield, but his impressive strength and power has additionally seen comparisons draw to fellow African enforcers Yaya Toure and Michael Essien. The Reds could have a battle on their hands to capture the former Toulouse star, however, with the likes of Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal and Tottenham just a few of the numerous Premier League teams rumored to have taken an interest.